Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, हाँ कुछ पाना न कुछ खोना, who asks you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy. श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. What is the meaning of the bhuma? Yatra nanyat pashyati nanyat shrunoti na anyat vijanati sa bhuma. That where the sense of otherness is completely absent. Neither there is something seen or something heard, or nor the seer or the hearer. Vijanati is the experiencer, and pashyati and shrunoti is the experienced. He who is going through the experiences of this world, the names and the forms, and yet he is not becoming the knower. So, knower less knowledge is the reality. What we know is knowledge of. What we experience is the experience of. So, that of portion when we delete, so that experience where there is no experiencer. So, what is that experience? Jagrat comes, Jagrat Purush is born, and Jagrat Avastha goes, that is not the truth. Similarly, dream comes and goes, that is not the truth. The sleep and the samadhi comes and goes, that is not the truth. But that which is supporting all of them, it has neither come nor gone, and where there is no sense of otherness, and therefore there is no body born, that is the bhuma. Therefore, the bhuma atha yatra anyat pashyati anyat shrunoti anyat vijanati tad alpam. Alpa means limited, restricted. I am the seer and this camera is the scene. So there is a division. This is samsara. Sukham nasti. And therefore, yad alpam tan martyam. See, childhood has come and gone, martyam. Teenage has come and gone, martyam. Middle age has come and gone, martyam. We are neither gone, nor come, nor nothing. So in fact, we are having experience of 3 times death. Childhood died, teenage died, middle age died. So we should be the experienced dyer, isn't it? Why we should be afraid? एक बार और मर लेंगे. How simple it is. The more you reflect in these lines, you can never be serious about anything in life. Sahajaavastha aa jati. So, yad alpam tad martyam. Now, after having understood this, now the question is, sa bhagavaha kasmin pratishthate iti. Now this bhuma, where it is established, pratishtha. What is the pratishtha? See? Like What is the meaning of Pratishtha? It will come in the next mantra, we will take it there. Whether Sve Mahimni Pratishtate Va Na Swa Mahimni. Whether this Bhuma is established because of the Pratishtha or because of the Mahima, or there is no Mahima. So how do we know the people in this world? By their Mahima. Oh, he is a great singer. He is a great player. He is a great politician. So that singing ability, playing ability, and destroying the country ability, political ability, that is the Mahima of that person. If there is no Mahima, he will not be recognized in this world. Now, how many people have come and sang and gone, but everybody doesn't know. See? There was one video I saw how Suman Kalyanpur was side-dead consciously, particularly only to bring Lata Mangeshkar on the front. A big video. And her voice was no way less than her. But Hari Ichha, what cannot be explained, you put it to Hari Ichha. Over. So, Mahima is the where we become Pratishthit. Recognize. Pratishtha is recognition. So, what is that? Because of this Bhuma is recognized. Sve Mahimne, is he recognized by his own being, or Nava Mahimni iti, or he is not recognized without his Mahima, without the glory? Kindly tell. Now this is the question. Now here the teacher answers in the next mantra. Go ashvam iha Mahima iti achakshate hasti hiranyam dasya bharyam kshetrani ayatanani di na aham evam ब्रवीमि इति होवाच अन्यो हि अन्यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठते इति. I am not talking about Mahima means what? You have got so many things. I have got so many cows, so many horses, and so many elephants, and so many, so much of gold, so many servants and wives, and all that thing, so many houses. I am not talking about that Mahima. Na aham bravimi. Bravimi iti hi bravimi iti. So I am not talking about this as the Mahima. So bravimi iti ho ha uvacha anyasmin pratitishtate iti. So what is the Mahima? Mahima is something is glorifying the other. On this I remember one thing. Swami Akhandanji Maharaj, who has got a tremendous impact in my life. Whatever I have learned how to think is from him. We are taught everything right from childhood. How to sit, how to take food, how to talk to elders, how to walk, how to keep our shoes in right place. Everything we are taught. Nowhere in the whole world, any time, parents teach the children how to think. We are not taught how to think. Everything is required to be learnt, is it not? So thinking also we have to learn how to think. Never we are taught. Nor we are taught by the schools, colleges, teachers. We go to the ashram, etc. There also they don't teach us how to think. They only tell us, give dakshina. That's all. And if you give dakshina, this will be good. We will make this a hall in your name. See? In one school, very big university, one satsang hall is made in my name, Swami Anubhavananda Hall. So my friend asked me, Swamiji, how come he has put your number? I said, my name is not having any copyright. Anybody can write anything. But do we have to pay anything to put the name? I said, look here, whether he puts my name or your name, it makes no difference. Because this principle should be clearly understood. So, what is the glory? So, how to think? So, Swami Akhandanji Maharaj, we went to pick him up. Swamiji, we will come and pick you up to go for the satsang. and then we'll drop you back. You know what the old man just Mahatma told? Look here, you don't have to come to pick me up, and you don't have to drop me back. I'll come on my own, okay? And further, he said, by your coming and receiving me does not make me great. And if you do not come and do not receive, does not make me small. I know what I am. Sve Mahimni Pratishtha. Those who demand respect, they don't command. How beautiful it is. So those who are abiding in the truth, they will never want any recognition from anybody in the world. I know what I am. I don't want your certification. Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan. See, walking on the spiritual path and talking the language of politics. Oh, he Mahatma, Swami Gadbadananda, he got Padma Bhushan. Cartoon of spiritual life. Therefore, na aham bravimi uvacha anyasmin anyasim pratitishtate. So one is dependent on other. So because of the wealth he is rich, and he is rich because of the wealth. Both of them are dependent on each other. That is not the Mahima. Because of the Mahima, he is great. Because he is great, he has got the wealth. Now, who is dependent on whom? I am not talking about that. You know? One dependent on other and trying to glorify, that is the Mahima. So, the Bhuma, the absolute bliss, is not like this. If you remember, we have mentioned, manifest reality alone is recognized. The example I gave you, when I was simply sitting, nobody came and talked to me in Portugal. When my talk was over, immediately people started coming, taking picture and talking and all that. So my speech became my Mahima. Before that, when I did not say anything, simply sitting as one ordinary person in an audience, nobody recognized me. So if I had not spoken, then I would not have been recognized. So the speech is my Mahima in this manner. Here the teacher says, it is not like that. Then like what? In the first mantra of this next, what is Panchavinshati Khanda, 25 Khanda. Sa eva adhastat, sa uparishtat, sa paschat, sa purastat, sa dakshinatah, sa uttaratah, sa eva idam sarvam iti athato ahankaradeshah eva aham eva adhastat, aham uparishtat, aham paschat, aham purastat, aham dakshinatah, aham uttaratah, aham eveda sarvam iti. Now this is the one which I told you with the example of the space. Now let us understand. So eva adhastat. Bhuma alone is below. Uparishtat. Bhuma alone is above. Paschat, he is at the back. He is in the front. He is on the right. He is on the left. Evam idam sarvam. Everything in this world, everything is Bhuma. Now when we have to, like in 11th chapter of Bhagavan Krishna is gracefully praised by Arjun, that, O Bhagwan, Nama Purastat, Nama Paschata, Nama Dakshinata, Nama Uttarata, everything he was saying. Now what, if you see the picture drawn by the artist, they show that Arjuna is standing in the front of Bhagwan, then he goes from the backside. That is not the meaning. Meaning what? Now be attentive. I say, prayer to the space. Oh space, you are in my front. Oh space, you are in my back. So salutation to you from the front, salutation to you from the back, salutation to you from the right, from the left. What does it mean? I am in the space. Space is outside the house. Space is inside the house. Therefore, The house is in the space. If the house is broken, nothing happens to space. This is Bhuma. Space is not because of the contents. Contents may be there, may not be there. It makes no difference to the space. In the same manner, when objects are there, vision is illuminating. When they are not there, there is no loss. So the whole world is in me. I am not in them. See, the waking is in me, it goes. The dream is in me, it goes. Deep sleep in me, it goes. And samadhi begins and ends. I am the same. This Chidakasha is what is mentioned by the Bhuma. Now, when we take this stand, what is the stand? Look at the world according to devotion as God is looking at his creation. Forget about God. How a mother or a grandmother looks at her child or a grandchild. And how a third person looks at the same child. I don't know if I told here. This example I am telling you just to make it clear. This happened in Pune. This can happen only in Pune. I was called for a cup of tea on my way to satsang in the evening by one lady. So I went there. Then grandmother, she had a granddaughter. Namaskar Chamatkar. Swamiji, my granddaughter can chant Bhagavad Gita perfectly well. 15 chapter. So I had to pay for that. Then only I'll get tea. So I had to listen. So that child said, Swamiji, will you mind if I get my friend? I said, no, take it. No. She got her friend next door. That girl came, both of them, same age group, 7 years, 8 years, like that, and started chanting Urdu Mula Madashaka. Friend was perfect, not a single mistake, not biting the teeth, not moving the hand like the children do when they forget. None of that. She was steady, closed eyes, and perfectly chanted each and every word. And this granddaughter constantly doing this, doing that, looking here, looking there. After that was over, natural response is I got up and hugged that friend. I said, hey, you are so sweet. The moment I did it, grandmother watched. She came and pulled that child from me and to go to him. Why do you come here? Go now. No, nothing is okay. Or go. Right? Then I understood what is coming. Immediately I took that useless grandchild. I said, hey, why did you call your friend? You are so better than her. She doesn't know anything. You are so sweet. The moment I said like this, even it is Pune, along with the tea, I got one biscuit. So, how the grandmother is looking at the other girl and her own granddaughter. How I was looking at both these girls. Therefore, when it is said, look at the world as God looks at it, so the God doesn't look at the world that it is other than me. My expanse alone. How important it is to recognize. Therefore, he is alone the truth. That means he is not dependent because of that he is great. No. Because of him, everything is possible. So earlier example was given because of the wealth, etc. That is in the mahima of the wealth, he is rich. No, 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 no. Because of him, everything is there. See? So, he was the star, upadrishtar, paschat, etc. Now, after this was told about the Bhuma, the truth, is alone the one in which everything is, and yet that is beyond the truth, beyond the all relative existence. In the 15th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says, when he is telling what is the spiritual practice, Nirmana moha, jitasanga dosha, adhyatma nitya, vinivritta kama, dvandvair vimukta, sukadukha sanyaihi, gachanti amudaha tat avyayam padam. This is called as sadhana panchakam. Nirmana moha, freedom from body identification. Jitasanga dosha, wrong company is given up. Nirmana moha, jitasanga, adhyatma nitya, working on your mind. Vinivritta kama, life is not fulfilling the desires. And dvandvaihi vimukta sukha dukkha sanyaihi. Here is a very small catch. Everything in this world is existing as complementary opposites. There is nothing in this world very singular except Paramatma. Ekameva advitiya. Joy, sorrows. Gain, loss. Friend, enemy. Health, disease. Birth, death. This is the fabric of this world. You cannot change it. What is to be done? Rise above them. Like when we fall in the water, with the help of the water only we come out, is it not? Exactly the same way. We fall in the samsara, and with the help of the samsara only we come out. How it is done? So we start learning. Joy I experience, miseries I experience. Both of them are experienced by me. So whether I am a joyful or I am a miserable or I am both or I am beyond them, no, accept any position you like. The lowest position is that I am joyful, I am miserable. The second position is I am both, sometimes happy, sometimes miserable. And the ultimate is they are in me, but I am not in them. Then what are you doing? Karnataka. We are just playing the role that we have to play in our life, but do not get caught up in that role. That is what is the spiritual life. Therefore, after having told this, look at the world from the God's vision. Similarly, look at the world from the space's point of view. Space supports everything, get disturbed by nothing. So it is the mahima of the space of its own, not because of the contents. Now this is the truth. Now the same truth is now atha ahankara athato ahankara deshaha. Adeshaha. Now this is the order. This word adesha is used in Nath Sampradaya. When the student, disciple goes to Guru Maharaj, does namaskar, and Guru Maharaj says Adesh. That means after that, whatever is said is done without argument. Adesh is the ultimate order. So, atha ahankara deshaha. Now, this is to be applied to the ahankar. What? The our upper one. Purastat, paschattat, everything applied to the ahankar. So, what is that? Ahameva adhastat, ahameva uparishtat, aham paschat, aham purastat. So now the student is practicing this. I am alone in the front, in the back, in the left, in the right. But this front and back and left and right requires a reference. See, if I am front, I am back also, then what is this body? The body is in me. Body is limited by time, space and object, but I am unlimited. So the space is talking. I am in front of the earth, I am behind the earth, I am on the left side of the earth, I am on the right side of the earth. Meaning what? The earth is in me, I am not in the earth. This point we have to catch, there is no option. Therefore, we told you various ways we can think about it. One example about the house and the space. So, the inside outside is with reference to the upadhi, the house. But that doesn't mean the space is inside the house. No, the house is inside the space. Then, second thing, the external air and internal air, if their connection is cut, is life possible? Suppose you are told, do kumbhak. Maharaj, how much time I had to do kumbhak? For half an hour. Then what will happen? You will not ask any question. So, external air, internal air. When they are in connection, then only life possible. Therefore, what should be the understanding? The body is in the air is not in the body. See, next step. This phone is in my mind. If it is not included in the mind, it doesn't exist for me. Now, this is the phone. Where the knowledge happens? Is the knowledge happening to the phone? No, to me. Where I am inside. So, the same mind, when it is catching some object outside, the same mind, when knowing that object inside, therefore, it is the same mind which is called outside and inside with reference to the body identification. So, what is the truth? The truth is the body is in the mind and the mind is not in the body. So, when the house is destroyed, nothing happens to space. When somebody dies, nothing happens to the air. When the body is dropped, nothing happens to the mind. Without the body, it is pure consciousness. One understand. Then further we go. Waking is in me, dream is in me, deep sleep is in me, samadhi is in me. They come and go. I never come and go. I never go. Therefore, this three space experiment, Bhutakash, Chittakash, and Chidakash. Bhutakash with reference to the worldly objects. If we are practicing the Bhutakash sadhana, worldly objects will not attract our mind. If we are practicing Chittakash, no thought will disturb us. Thoughts will come, they will not disturb. And if we practice the Chidakash, which is the solid space, there is no experiencer, although there is experience. Solid space means what? Solid because other than this there is nothing else. Space means what? Everything is in it. How to understand this? This phrase is used by Sant Jnaneshwar in Amrita Anubhav. How to understand this? So, to take an example, gold is a solid space for all the ornaments in the world. Where are the ornaments? They are not coming from outside and sitting on the gold. Ornaments are coming out of the gold and go back in the gold. So, all the ornaments are unmanifest, present in the gold. Because they are present, there must be space. But other than the gold, there is nothing, therefore solid. So, Esha Ahankara Adesha. This Ahankara Adesha. Now apply this principle on yourself. Eva Aham Eva Adhastat. Aham Eva Uparishtat. Aham Paschat. Aham Purastat. Dakshinataha. Aham Uttarataha. Eva Idam Sarvam Iti. So, what is the experience of us? Right hand I am, left hand I am, left leg I am, right leg I am, stomach I am, health I am, disease I am, beauty I am, ugliness I am. Be very attentive. When our Nisargadatta Maharaj, toward the end of his life, he was suffering from cancer, throat cancer. So, People will still go and talk and ask this thing. He used to keep quiet. He could not talk rather. And yet one person asks, see, Maharaj, how come you got the cancer? You are such a great Mahatma. Why you should get the cancer? In that condition, he said, I am cancer. Bhuma. Nothing can exist without me. मयि एव सकलं जातं मयि सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितं मयि सर्वं लयं याति तद ब्रह्माद्वयमस्मि. You have to understand it. We start our practice. The son, the husband, the father. They are in me, the man says. But I am not in them. If the father dies, there cannot be a son. If the wife dies, there cannot be a husband. If the son dies, there cannot be a father. But if the man dies, none of them can exist. And who is suffering? Man never suffers. And the remaining three, they are never happy. And they are non-existent. So what is to be done? Karnataka, play the role that you have to play, but abiding in yourself. So if we are in front of the elders, listen to them, say yes to whatever they say, and do whatever you have to do. You should not argue with elders. You cannot discuss with them. They will forget and make unnecessary disturbance. Okay, okay. Before listening, okay, over. See? With the youngsters, whatever they, yes, 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 very good, very nice, but they don't never do that. They ask only money, nothing else. But the main thing about the wife, that is the simplest. When she is talking, you should keep quiet. When she is quiet, you should not talk. You have learned Chandogya Upanishad. It's so simple. Therefore, aham eva idam sarvam. Wife is not other than me. Because when I became husband, she became wife. So as much as a husband I am in illusion, as a wife also she is an illusion. Therefore, now husband, wife, those who have studied Vedanta, they should start addressing them in that language. Mithya, prepare a cup of tea for me. Mithya, how many times you want tea? Life will be fun. But we take so seriously. Aho, useless. Therefore, this knowledge can take us beyond all the problems of relative existence. And there is no way that we can help us other than this. After having said this thing, the teacher continues. Now, this is what the ahankar is. Now, what is that ahankar? That ahankar is the one who is wielding the total creation. The first absolute was recognized or defined. Second thing, in the relative world also it is the same reality. But that same reality is uninfluenced by the relativity. Like the space is uninfluenced by the directions. In the same manner, absolute is untouched by the relative because of the conditioning or upadhi. Now, from that aham tattva, we are coming to the subjective one. अथात आत्मा देशः एव आत्मा एव अधस्तात् आत्मा उपरिष्टात् आत्मा पश्चात् पुरस्तात् आत्मा दक्षिणतः आत्मा उत्तरतः आत्मा एव इदं सर्वमिति स वा एष एवं पश्यन् एवं मन्वानम् एवं विजानन् आत्मरति आत्मक्रीड आत्ममिथुन आत्मानंद स स्वराट् भवति तस्य सर्वेषु लोकेषु कामाचारो भवति. अथ ये अन्यथा विदुः अन्य राजनस्ते क्षय्यलोका भवन्ति तेषां सर्वेषु लोकेषु अकामचारो भवति. Now, after having heard the principle in complete detail, now athada atma deshaha, Now start applying this knowledge on yourself. Now I am sitting here, you are sitting in front of me. So you are in front of me and the curtains are back of me. For you, curtains are in front of you and the wall is on the back side. So front and back is a relative expression. It is not absolute. Absolute is the one with reference to what it is said. And therefore, Atma Deshaha, Atma Eya, Adastad, Uparistad, other than the I, there is nothing. If I am not there, my body is not there. If body identification is not there, the world is not there. So this I alone is everything. If the man is there, then all relations are there. If the man is there, nothing exists. In this manner, Sava Esha Evam Pashan Manvanam Evam Vijnanan. He who has thus recognized his essential nature like this, Manvanam, and again working on this properly. Again, don't give a chance. Anytime we may fall down. And ultimately, Vijanan, and thus getting established in this experience. Then what is the result of that? It is Atmarati. He is reveling in his own being. Ramana, we require a company. He is reveling in his own being. Doesn't require any company. Why we require a company? We are bored of ourselves. Because we are a solid bore. कोई company चाहिए. Why company? Therefore, we told you, this is a very high spiritual practice. Be by yourself without getting bored. This principle I have learned, experienced, and established in Corona. 2 solid years. I did not go out of my flat, even out of the front door, one step. 2 years. So, washing, cleaning, wiping the floor, drying the clothes on the lines, ironing them, cleaning the utensils, cooking, learning new cooking dishes. So many things. Otherwise, getting bored, yaar ye kab khatam hona pata nahi, I don't know what is going to, constantly listening to the same news, so many people died, so many, all rubbish. During that time, I was completely cut off. Nothing. Never I used to listen to the news about this corona, how many died already. What was required was that was done sincerely, and that's it. But no topic discussion. And my observation was those who were too much involved in these things, they were more affected than people like me. The more you are inviting the problems, even if you don't have, you start feeling, I think I got corona, then die. See, friends, if you are at peace with yourself, nothing in this world can disturb you. Because you are Atmarati. Bhagavad Gita, same thought comes. Whole Bhagavad Gita is a reflection of Upanishads. Bhagavad Gita, so Upanishadsu. So what Bhagavad Gita said? Yastvatmarati revasyat atmatruptasya manavaha atmanneva cha santushtaha tasya karyam na vidyate. He who is Atmarati, reveling in his own being, never getting bored. Any day we get bored, we are reduced from the Purusha to the Prakriti. Getting bored is a Vikruti. Feeling loneliness is a Vikruti. Remaining alone without feeling lonely is the spiritual practice. How important it is. Atmarati. Then Atma Krida, playing with himself. We don't require a company to play with. So, During that time, so many things which I learned. One of the thing was gardening. The indoor gardening. I must have collected only on online or something like that. So many plants, more than about 20, 20, beautiful, nice garden in my front hall. I used to water them, clean the dead leaves, and when the sun comes, put the curtain. Oh, it was such a joy. For 2 years, they were so beautifully developed. And when I started moving, in no time, those who want take it away. And in 1 minute, everything was removed. No problem. We have to live that knowledge. Similarly, when this corona had happened, everything was closed. All my stock, books, cassette, computers, everything which was there in Sharda Sangeet Vidyalaya. One day I told my friend Umesh, I said, Umesh, वहाँ जाते हैं, चलो. What for? I said, we'll remove everything. And what? I said, you come with me. We went there. And I told Umesh, all the books from the publisher, let us pack and send it to them. In 1 or 2 hours, we have packed almost 43 cartons of books and maybe about 15 cartons of books for the Ahmedabad Management Association. Everything packed and dispatched in 1 day, everything over. He asked me, Swamiji, how can you decide? I said, listen, don't think too much. Then what about? I said, I had told them, if you want to pay me, pay me. If you don't want to pay, keep with you. I don't need. What will I do with these books? Now hereafter, no Sadbhavana trust. Everything is over. Bhagwan has given us a nice opportunity. No more. See, friends, we have nothing to achieve in this world. Let us not leave any footprints in this world. From this, I remember one experience. There was one girl, she was a reporter or something. She came to take my interview in Dehradun many years before. And she said, I have come from this newspaper and we want to publish your interview. So this is the questions you can prepare and tell me. I said, I don't read the same paper twice. That means you are ready? I said, yes, I am ready. Then read it. I said, no, you read it. So she was reading, I was replying, reading, replying. Got frustrated. Finally, she said, will you answer one question straight? That depends on what the question is. He said, how do you like to leave your footprints in this world when you go? I said, first of all, you will not see my footprints because you are going to die before I die. Got so frustrated. I said, now listen. Those who walk in mud, they leave the footprints. Birds don't leave footprints when they fly. I don't want to leave any footprint in this world. If I accepted in later and spirit that this world is just an appearance without existence, then this thought cannot touch me. When you take this world as real, then you talk about leaving some memory behind for the society. This is what they are doing is not my concern. What I want to do, I will do that. Straight away. Atmarati, Atmakrida. So, Atmarati, Atmakrida, Atma Mithuna. Atma Mithuna, he is playing with himself. How to play with oneself? Take a theme. That suppose I am a Prime Minister of India. Then what will be the life like? Play. And now enough here, not now. Let me be the defense minister. From that, defense minister. No, not that. Let me try. What must be the experience of Bhagwan? Bhagwan supports everything, rejects nothing, retains nothing, and no impressions are formed. How must be the experience of the water? Water itself is becoming the ocean, itself becoming the waves. So, waves are playing, oceans are surging up and down, nothing is happening to the water. This way, we keep on playing with this game of life. Slowly, we will be able to understand. So, Swarad Bhavati, he merges with the totality. Just imagine this experience. Wherever you go in this world, you are wanted and you are loved. What must be the experience? I tell you one of my experience. I was in JFK, New York, John Kennedy Airport. So we went for a cup of tea after checking in before the flight is to be boarded. Maybe 1.5 hours was there. So I told my friend, I said, hey, let's have a cup of tea here. So there was one Gujju shop. So I said, हमको एक चाय देना, black tea, no milk, no sugar. So that lady was trying to punch it. Some man in the same compound counter came. No, no, I'll give it. He prepared. Then I asked my friend, hey, what you want? One said, I want coffee, and one said, I want chocolate, hot coffee. I said, ye bhi bana do. He prepared all these things. And when we are paying, he said, I'll take only for coffee and this thing. Tea is from my side. Please accept it. On the airport, nobody knows. Then I was sitting. My friends went to his flight. I was sitting there 45 minutes more than the time was there. When they started boarding, they announced, anybody requiring assistance, etc., with the children, come first aboard. I was sitting, I didn't require. One of the staff member, she came and told me, you are going by this flight? I said, yes. Please come. She took my hand, a black girl. She took my hand and my bag she started dragging. And I was so shocked. And she took me inside. What a joy it is. I don't know anybody. Just relax. We are normally excited. And excitement makes tremendous changes around us. Therefore, स स्वराट भवति तस्य सर्वेषु लोकेषु कामचारो भवति. So he is available to everybody and everything is available for him. All his things start happening. He doesn't have to struggle as he has merged with the totality. When we discard the individuality, totality is revealed. अथ ये अन्यथा विदुः अन्यान rajanah te kshaya loka. But when they think that they are someone superior than others and there is a sense of otherness, duality, I am great, I am in this class, therefore I should be called first, why I am not called first, these kind of things, those who have, they are kshaya loka bhavanti. They get the benefit only for a temporary period and again they come back to square one. Therefore, Tesham Sarveshu Lokeshu Akamacharo Bhavati. And wherever they go, their jobs or their things are never fulfilled. They cannot attain what they had to attain in their life. Therefore, it is necessary that this knowledge we have to apply on our own being. If this is done, then only the life is fulfilled. Now, the next mantra, Shadvinsh Khanda. तस्य वा एतस्य एव पश्यतः एवं मन्वानः एवं विजानतः आत्मतः प्राणतः प्राण आत्मतः आकाश आशा आत्मतः स्मर आत्मतः आकाश आत्मतः तेज आत्मतः आकाप आप आत्मतः आविर्भावतिरोभाव आत्मतो अन्नम आत्मतो बलम आत्मतो विज्ञानम आत्मतो ध्यानम आत्मतो चित्तम आत्मतः संकल्प आत्मना मन आत्मना वाग मत आत्मतो नामात्मतो मंत्रा आत्मता कर्माणि आत्मता एव इदम सर्वम इति भवति. Now see, the mantra is same thing like we get in Taittiriya Upanishad. तस्माद् एतस्माद् आत्मनः आकाश संभूतः आकाशाद् वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्निरापः अद्भ्यः पृथ्वी पृथिव्या अन्नम ओषधिभ्यः पुरुषः पुरुषात् प्रजा. Whole thing, everything is मयि एव सकलं जातं मयि सर्वं प्रतिष्ठितं मयि सर्वं लयं याति तद् ब्रह्माद्वयम् अस्म्यहम्. That non-dual reality is my essential. Therefore, tasya vaha etasya evam pashyatah. In this manner, he who is able to recognize his essential nature as this, see, pashyatah evam manvanaha. And in this manner, when he is constantly reflecting on this, that everything is in me, but I am not in them, like the mirror, everything is reflected, but nothing is retained. Therefore, mirror has no memory, mirror has no past, therefore, mirror has no ego. Do you know? A great king and looked into me. I don't allow any beggar to come and stand in front of me. No. Because no impressions. It is so important. Evam manmana, evam vijanataha. And he who has thus recognized his divine nature as Bhuma, then his experience is Atmataha Pranaha, from the pure self only, Prana, the sentiency or the life. Then from the life comes Ataha Asha, then Smara, then Teja, Apa. The whole creation begins from me. If I am there, then everything is there. I do not know, but they say towards the end of what is his name? Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. He was a great philosopher, everything, and the president of India also. Toward the end of his life, he was, with all the requirement of a president's retired life, but he became completely mad. I don't know to what extent it is true or not. He was so well read in everything. He used to just throw the clothes and everything. Nothing else. So he was kept in a very secluded area. Whether this is right or wrong is not our concern. We have to learn that all these things, whatever we have, is only as long as we are leading a sense life. Otherwise, it is not becoming mad. It is mad like, but not becoming mad. Like Avdhutas. They sit everywhere, they eat anything, nothing happens to them. But they are not mad. And mad people also do the same thing, but they are not realized. Therefore, such a person, they come to realize this, that everything is coming out of me, is sustained in me, and ultimately it goes back in me. That Brahmadvayam asmyaham, that Brahman is my essential nature. And Atmatha karmani Atmatha sarvam idam idam. Therefore, everything in this world is coming out of me, sustained in me, goes back to me. The man says, the son is coming out of me, the husband is coming out of me, the father is coming out of me. They are sustained in me and they ultimately go back to me. That Advaya Brahma I am. तदेश श्लोकः न पश्यः मृत्युं पश्यति न रोगं न तः दुःख न दुःखता सर्वं ह पश्य पश्यति सर्वम् आपनोति सर्वशः इति स एकदा भवति त्रिधा भवति पंचधा भवति सप्तधा नवधा एव पुरुष एकादशधा स्मृत शत च दशम चैकश्च सहस्राणि च विंशति आहार शुद्धो सत्वशुद्धि सत्वशुद्धो ध्रुवा स्मृति स्मृति लंबे सर्वग्रंथीनां विप्रमोक्ष तस्मै मृदित कषायाय तमसस्पारं दर्शयति भगवान स सनत कुमारः स्कंदम इत्याचक्षते स्कंदम इत्याचक्षते. Now this is the shloka which is telling that after having come to realize the truth, what ultimately is the experience. So a quotation is given. Tatra shloko bhavati. There, this is the one shloka which is quoted. Like, when we talk, we give some references. Bhagavad Gita said like this. So here also, this is the shloka said. See, Tadesha shloka. Pashyaha. Pashya means he who has thus realized this truth. Pashyaha na mrityum pashyati. For him, there is no place for death. In what you call um, Bhagavad Mahapuran, it comes. Why the Bhagavad Gita started? Parikshit was cursed that the snake will come, Dakshaka, and will bite you, and you will die. And therefore he hears Bhagavad Katha. After listening to Bhagavad Katha, he is liberated from death. But what happens? After everything is over, then the snake comes, bites him, and he dies. What is the use? The difference is, earlier he had a fear that the snake will come and bite me and I will die. After listening to the whole Bhagavad Katha, then he came to know nobody is born, nobody dies. Freedom from death means freedom from the notion that death is real. Death is not real. When the body dies, what happens? It is made out of 5 elements. 5 elements are released, they go back. The earth element goes back to earth. Water element goes back to water. The fire goes to fire element. The air goes to air element. And the space which was occupied by the body is released. Who died? I have taken loan from you. And when I have to pay you that loan, I say, I am having a great loss. What great loss? You are paying back what you have taken. In the same manner, this body is made out of 5 elements. When the body disintegrates, goes back. Nobody dies. For that, you must study Sanat Sujatiya. We have got lectures on that. Go and listen to that. A very big, beautiful topic it is. Nobody dies. So, what is the meaning of freedom from death? Freedom from the notion that death is the reality. Death is an illusion. Nobody dies. Whichever way you think. This is what happens to him. Na pashyaha mrityu pashyati. He doesn't recognize death as the reality. So, when the body dies, what is our understanding? That body was there, now it is burnt. No. It is only disintegration. That's it. Then the soul, the jiva, that also doesn't die. Because whatever good or bad karma we have done in our last life, according to that, in this life we are suffering or enjoying. Therefore, this body was not there in the last life, but we were there. And whatever good or bad karma we are doing in this life, in the next life, we will have to go through all the experiences of the karma phala. That time also this body will not be there. Therefore, what is the purpose of this particular Punarjanma? Just to bring to our cognition that we are a continuous unbroken existence. This knowledge takes place when we abide in the truth. Like before coming to Hamilton, I was in your Auckland airport. Before Auckland, I was on the Brisbane airport. Before that, I was in the where Melbourne. Before that, I was in Sydney. Before that, I was in Kuala Lumpur. Before that, I was in Mumbai. Before that, I was in London. Where did I die? London is dead for me. Mumbai dead for me. Kuala Lumpur dead for me. Then Sydney dead for me. Your Melbourne dead for me. Brisbane dead for me. Auckland dead for me. Tomorrow, Hamilton will be dead for me. I am the same. Is it not? Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति. Have we not discarded that childhood? So childhood died. Where did we die? Teenage died. Where did we die? Middle age died. Where did we die? When the body, this old body dies, we continue. In short, the fear of death is captivating. That should be given up. And this is what happens to this wise man. Therefore, na pashyaha mrityum pashyati. For him, there is no problem of death. About this, we'll see in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.